Are we ready, Ash? Or is she gonna let me know?
I'm gonna give me 1 second. It's setting up right now.
Oh, okay, okay. I don't see you, so what the heck, man?
It disappeared for a minute.
Oh.
Okay, Ashley, it's say it's live
there's
streaming. Are we
Diane.
good?
Okay, good,
It's
good.
giving me a
All right.
privacy error, but okay, if you guys are good. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, shit. I don't know what I did.
I'm just gonna double check. I'm gonna mute myself and double check.
Okay. Where's my agenda? There we go. I'm sorry.
Yes, you are live. Have a great meeting.
Oh, thank you, Ash.
Ashley.
Okay, I now call this meeting to order. Okay, roll call, an establishment of a quorum. Rich Cadigan.
Here.
Franco Pacheco.
Here.
Diane Nielsen. Bobby Maxwell, that's me. And that's all I see. So,
James White was excused. He's sick.
okay. No Alicia, no Willie. Okay. Public comments. Now, I need to read this, I guess it's at the top of the paper here. Members of the public may participate before and during each meeting by submitting comments to dmewis@ci.seaside.ca.us. The clerk will read each received public comment allowed into the record at the designated time, subject to time limits that may be imposed pursuant to the Brown Act. Okay. Moving on.
I have not received any public comment.
Okay, thank you, Dan. Okay, approval of the minutes from the July 20th, 2020 meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as written.
Okay.
Seconded. All right,
Okay,
second.
it's been motioned and seconded to approve the minutes as written. Anything under the question? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Um,
Diane, I think you're muted.
Opposed? Nay? Okay, hearing none, the motion passes. Okay, very good. Review of the agenda. Everybody have a chance to look at the agenda? We have a lot of stuff, but we can handle it. Want to change anything, add anything? Now's the time. No one? Okay. Moving on, business item 6A, discuss and assign commissioners to be liaisons for other city commissions. Now, I think all of you have had a little bit of time to think about what kind of commissions you want to be a liaison to, and you can be more than one, you know, because we're not really a voting member of those commissions, but just more of that's a liaison type
I
thing.
also want to point out too that you don't have to be a liaison to a commission if you either. This was just, you know, something that you guys all felt that would be beneficial moving forward with the collaboration.
Well, I'll throw it out there. I'll since I've attended a number of homeless committee meetings representing our commission, I'll continue doing that. And there's another commission that may need assistance. I'll do that also, but I could be the head liaison for the working with the homeless.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Rich. What, Franco?
I'd be happy to do the liaison to the neighborhood improvement. I know a few of those people, and that sounds good to me.
Okay. And now you can do more than one too if you want to. You know what I mean? There's a lot of commissions. Diane?
Chairperson, I would like to be the liaison for the Environmental Commission.
I knew. I
You
just
knew
had a
that.
feeling. Yeah. Yeah, it's perfect. Okay. That don't leave nothing for me. That's cool. Anyway,
Bobby,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, so yeah, that sounds good to me. And then Alicia, whenever she comes to the table, or Willie or James White also, we can ask them if they would like to do the same sort of things. Now, do you all know when those commissions meet?
Yeah, I can look it up.
yeah, and I need to get some more information because with the meetings going quarterly, I'm not sure if they will be having a meeting before they start that. So I will look at that when I get to the office tomorrow, and I'll email each of you the next meeting day for
Okay,
these commissions.
beautiful.
Awesome.
Thank you. Yes. Okay. Number next. I'll fill in where I can. I like to be involved a lot. Sometimes I'm too much involved. Anyway. 6B, discuss and assign work plan assignments. Wow.
Mr. Chair, 1 second, please.
Yes.
Just want to, put out there, now that we will be going quarterly, this is a good opportunity for you guys to figure out what items you would like to work on. You'll have, like 3 months to really start, getting your, sinking your teeth into these projects, and know that myself and Terry will be available for any questions or concerns that you have within these topics, and then pointing you guys in the right direction as well. So
Okay.
I know there's not, we may not be able to get everything assigned today, which is totally fine, but I would just, you guys can pick, kind of the ones that you feel best suited for.
Right. Okay, so let's open up our literature here to the fiscal year 2021 work plan. And we'll just go down, and whoever wants to like sign on for whatever items, just speak up. Do you want to go first, Rich? Since you are the vice chair.
Yeah, let's see. Looking down, it's on page 5, park cleanup. Do you want me to pick a couple parks that I'd be willing to lead on cleanup days?
Sure.
I'll do the Eco Park,
Okay.
and I'll do Trinity Park. And if you want to throw another one, that's fine.
Hey, let me stop right there real quick, Rich. There's been a group that have been working on cleaning up Havana Park. And I know that Havana, and I know that they are interested in, taking on more parks as well. So it may not be a bad idea. I can reach out to them and find out their contact info and kind of working with them, because it seems like that they're, they want to, really start having this, being more of a player in park cleanups too. So it could be a good segue into this.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great. And then, do you have anyone for Farellonis by any chance? Is there a group that kind of takes care of that or not?
I'm not sure. I gotta reach out to FOSFA and see what parks they try and take care of. I think I don't have all of them on the top of my head.
Okay. But yeah, that'd be good. That way we could coordinate if they'd like to help out with Trinity and the Eco Park. And then I'm up for another park if we need to, just let me know. I don't mind helping with the Blues in the Park. It says have commission more of a hands-on approach. Dave Pacheco, well, Franco's dad lives just down the street from me. You know, if you need someone to, if Franco doesn't want to do it, I'll do it, but I don't want to step on Franco's toes because I know your dad, that's your dad's thing.
And you guys can work together too. It doesn't have to
Okay.
necessarily be individually.
Mm-hmm. And put together policies and guidelines for a community-based program for adopting a park. I can do that too.
Rich, I can work with you in that because I have some other cities that have already been doing that.
That's great. Okay, yeah.
Hold on. Okay.
You can come back to me if we need some more stuff. So
I don't know. I'm on a meeting.
Rich,
mhm.
did you say the Adopt a Park program? Is that what you just mentioned?
Yeah, I mentioned the Adopt a Park, put together policies and guidelines for community-based program.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, just want to confirm that.
Okay, Diane, would you like to make some choices?
Well, I listened on Zoom to the Environmental Committee's last meeting, and one of the things they brought up was about coincidentally about talking to us about trees and if we had planned on doing anything in that part of our duties that we're supposed to look after. And I emailed Beth and she put me in touch with Laura from the Environmental Committee. And because I was asking what types of trees might be good that maybe the city has had success with. And so Laura and I have emailed. So I'm thinking the tree, since I brought it up also, that the tree planting, the 15 trees is what I would work on. And anything else that would need assistance, I'm not really, you know, that's the only thing that I had planned on doing, but I'm more than willing to work with other projects that we have.
Is there a park you'd like to, like that, the top one on page 5, have commission lead park cleanup days? Is there a park maybe you'd have interest in, or
Well, I'm
you already do that?
interested- No,
Okay.
I'm interested in Laguna Grande Park, especially on the
Yeah.
corner that really doesn't get a lot of attention. There's no playground in that spot. I mean, it's just on the corner, but that's the park that kind of got me interested in joining the Parks and Rec Commission. So other than that, parks near my house, I know FOSPA does a lot of calls for, you know, they usually have volunteers in this general area where I live for Durant and I think Farallone's. And I think there might be one other, but basically I have helped with those. I'm willing to take on park cleanup in a particular park if you have an idea of one that's neglected at the moment. Got any ideas?
I'm not familiar with any, I mean, with all the parks that have
She lives by.
people that do that. I'm sure Dan does, right? Yeah, you know what.
Yeah, I mean, in reality, all of our parks need help. So if you want to just
Yeah, I know when I said that, I thought, whoops.
pick one that's close to your house, that's fine. Or, I mean, we can also too kind of work collaboratively, and, you know, kind of maybe build a schedule working with Rich, and then different commissioners can hop on, you know, maybe take the lead for one. So Rich isn't doing the lead for every park, but we can, you know, kind of go down the list and, you know, that way.
Yeah, how else would we go about, how else would I go about choosing a park? I mean, just,
One, you could go, you know, you could go tour them, take a look and see. And, you know, you're talking about planting trees. One of the projects too would be to like visit the parks and maybe see which park has had a lot of tree loss recently. Via windstorm, or whether they're cut down because they died, and kind of put together a list of the parks you think could see more trees put in. And that could, you know, kind of work together.
okay. And can I ask you a question, Rich? How are you gathering people to volunteer?
The eco park's going to be the hardest because there's not a neighborhood around there. So I'm hoping that, you know, the folks that have been taking care of Havana would be interested in that. And then Trinity Park, I live on Trinity, and I know that there's a number of neighbors who are interested. So, you know,
So it's just
there's really
personal.
not much to Trinity except for the very west end near Hillsdale that needs weeding and stuff every once in a while, and then just general pickup of trash that I'm already doing anyway. But it's going to be more of a landscape weeding stuff that the city doesn't always do. They come in and mow and stuff, but
Yeah, I'm wondering where you get your volunteers. So it sounds like you're in contact with a lot of your neighbors.
yes. Mhm.
Also keep in mind too, that there is an extensive list through C-Stars. So I know that we could reach out to them as well, and, you know, have them just, you know, if we give them a date and time, you know, the probability of getting, you know, 10 to 15 C-Stars is pretty good. Because I know they haven't been active in a while, and they will most likely want to help out. So that's just a whole nother, if we set the schedule and things like that, I think that they would be more than willing to help.
Great. Okay. Sounds good. So I'll look around for a park, and I'll check out the tree situation in the parks. That's it.
All right. Bobby, you're muted.
Okay. Also, I want to mention that Beth Rocha had sent out an email about the pollinator habitats and the environmental commission thing. And there's a list of like 230 some volunteers that she has gathered, but you're going to be attending those or virtually attending those commission meetings, the environmental commission. You can reach out there probably. Okay, Franco?
Sorry, technology is hard. I suggested drown proofing, so I suppose I probably should volunteer for that since it's there. I would love to tackle the green space at General Jim Moore and all of the.
You're muted.
That was my computer saying stop volunteering. I will volunteer for the drown proofing and then the trail space One, figuring out the trail part. I know that's a big ask, but I think I can at least try and navigate it.
Well,
And I'd love to-
I kind of figured you were gonna pick that, and then I'll be more than happy to help you if you need some help, because I kind
Wonderful.
of figured you'd pick those two.
Thanks, Rich. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what I was thinking. Dan, I think you're muted this time.
For those of you who maybe seen these other names on here, I should have mentioned in the beginning. We do have Nisha Patel with us, who is the new Public Works Director and City Engineer. So for the projects that may have to do with parks and the trees and stuff, she would be a good resource. Keep in mind, she is still learning the city and getting a wrap around everything. But I can work with her as well to get some of these items for you guys.
And then related to the trail one, I would like to take a chance at cracking the Gerald Jim Moore green space thing. And I think that would be plenty on one plate.
Yeah, and I'll help you with that too if you need help.
All right, Bobby.
I'm unmuted now. Okay. I likewise would like to work with Franco on those two things that Rich also talked about. And I don't know what else. But I would like to help you, Franco, as far as doing some stuff with that property. Because it's pretty major. It is. I don't know. I can't really think of anything else.
Okay, so there's one item on here that I think, all the other ones are kind of self-explanatory. But I think the one that's going to need a little bit of help too is and Rich has already done a lot of the leg work, but the Muni code.
Yeah, I don't mind continuing with that if someone wants to give me a hand, I mean, just kind of work collectively.
And that's one too, I can help you out, Rich, get through, navigate the process.
Yeah.
But everything else in here is pretty, attend workshops when they come around. And I'm pretty good. If I see the virtual workshops, I will send them out to the commission. Seek input for needs within the rec department. You guys are good reaching out to me already there. So that any one of us could do that. And then we already talked about working cooperatively with the other commissions. So the CDBG grants already been submitted through engineering, and we're just looking for other grant funds. And I think the big thing is once we start moving forward, it will be probably a collaborative effort with all of you with the getting public input. So you guys going out and hitting your neighbors, your community members, and getting them to participate when we need to.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, I guess we'll move on to the next item, which is the update on Laguna Grande Park ADA equipment.
Nisha, do you have an update on this?
Yes. Well, not about the equipment, but I think that's like, let me give you an update on where we're at on the improvements of the park. So for the last meeting, I had Dan provide some updates to you all. And at that time, we hadn't worked on getting a consultant on board for the design, but since the last meeting, staff has sent out a request for proposal for design. So we should be receiving proposals soon, and then we'll select a consultant to start that design. and Dan, I'm not clear. I'm not, I'm fairly new, so I'm not up to speed on whether you're going to have your contractor work on the ADA merry-go-round, and I think we were just going to do the path to the merry-go-round.
Correct. So we already pretty much have a design and the equipment picked out. So we were just waiting on getting the ADA, the path from the parking lot and everything squared away. So I think once we get, you get your request back and you go with the designer, then we can pretty much move forward.
Okay. So yeah, that's where we're at. And if the commission wants updates on any of the other parks projects we're working on, I can provide that as well.
Dan, I was going through my notes and couldn't find if I wrote anything down, but a few meetings back, this is when we were actually meeting, you mentioned that we may receive some funds from the state. It was almost 200,000. Is that off the table now?
No, and I was going to give that up in my update.
Okay, I'll wait.
Okay, that's good news. Well, thank you, Nisha, or Miss Patel.
Oh, you can call me Nisha, that's fine.
Okay. Okay, moving on to the next item is the reports from the recreation staff.
Sorry, my kids are trying to bombard our meeting right now. So couple of reports that I have right now is we will be hosting another food drive this Saturday at City Hall. We have increased our numbers due to popular demand, so we will be giving out food for 1,000 families this Saturday. If anyone on the commission would like to volunteer, let me know and we can find a job for you to do. The drive will be open to the public from 9:30 to 11:30. However, we show up at about 8 to start getting ready, and we're generally out of there around noon. So it's a sobering experience to see how many people are actually in need. And near the end of the drive itself, we end up having to turn people away. So I'm grateful that we're able to do this for the city, and we're working with the food bank, and we are scheduling one a month from here through the rest of the year. So obviously there's a need, so we are definitely happy to be supporting the community. We've also been delivering on Fridays. We're working with the food bank again. We deliver over 80 different food packs to seniors, and we could include a little something else for them, whether it's a mask or it's just some brain teasers or something. We try to include something new. Like 2 weeks ago, we did a little science kit so they could make their own hand sanitizer, and we gave them all the supplies that they could make it themselves and whatnot. So we are definitely trying to keep them engaged and during this challenging time as well. And then I guess the big one is like Rich was asking about the money from the state. I just participated in a mandatory meeting to get those per capita funds last week. So that was step one. So we were able to get $177,000 for the per capita program. So we just have to have a project submitted by December. So we are still looking to see what we have coming up. Projects, the money cannot be used to supplant any funds. And so we already have to have funds kind of on the books for whatever project we're going to be working on. That's one of the requirements. So the way I was thinking it is, since we do have CDBG funds already allocated for Ellis Park, it would almost make sense to use this extra $177,000 to help supplement those funds as well. We have one round of CDBG for this year, which is like 80,000, And then there's another 120, I think, coming in the following year. So while I don't think it's enough to do the whole park, I think we can, with this extra funding, we can hopefully get a good piece of it done. However, we will bring it to the commission in the November meeting with a couple other options for you guys to figure out how you want to allocate those funds. But that's just my recommendation, and there could be more changes, as we get into our November meeting to see if things change. But so I'll be working with engineering to submit that, because it is a grant still. So we have to submit a pretty extensive application as well. So we just have to submit that application by December in order to ensure funding. So those are all of my updates right now. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Did we receive any funds from the city, or probably not because of the budget crisis
For Ellis?
for this fiscal year?
No.
Okay.
The only thing that they did was they didn't take away our funding for the Laguna Grande. So they rolled that over. So really what it was is that was that funding that we initially got a year ago.
Right.
So
Right. Okay.
there was nothing else allocated at this point.
Right. Okay.
All right, so that's all I got.
Hey, Franco, are you still there? Oh, there you are.
Yeah, sorry. Newborn in the house. Had to.
I guess Bobby's gone now. I'll start if we want to do. Oh, there he is.
Then we got parks updates, right, Bobby?
Okay, now I'm here. Okay, reports from park staff is the next thing, right?
Is that me?
Yeah.
Okay. So Dan gave you an update on the Prop 68 funds and how we're planning to spend that. And Rich, if I can call you Rich, you asked the question about our funding for the project. And if we don't have adequate funding, we can phase the project. It's easy to just do the playground first and then do the sports court next. We have it designed in such a way that we can do that. Parks Public Works staff sat in on the webinar on Friday, and so they got a lot of information on how to assist Dan or submit entirely the application for the grant funds. So we're up to speed on that. And then with Catino Park, the city ordered Connex boxes, and we're still waiting for them to be delivered. And I think they're to store mowing equipment and not mowing equipment. There's some other equipment.
The turf.
So it is turf equipment?
It's the turf mower, and then it will be for added rec storage.
Okay. Somehow I thought that one had fake grass, so doesn't it have fake grass?
It is. It's it still has the it's like a sweeper.
Oh, okay. And we're still working on the parking lot design, and we just received 30% plans, and so staff is going to start reviewing that any day. And the playground still needs to be relocated, and Dan, you're going to help us with that, right?
Yeah, I have a design already for one area if we just move it just adjacent to the parking lot, but we're just trying to figure out if that's still the plan.
And then the Sonoma Sports Court, that's going to take a little bit longer than we had expected. construction started for the resurfacing and the new goals. But the goals are going to take 8 weeks for the contractor to get. And so that'll take until like late September, and then construction of the entire project would be complete in November. So that would be like slurry seal would be completed. And then Craig Malin, he had applied for a grant, which included housing, and part of that grant was to have like caretaker units at the parks. So that that is something that you might hear about soon if we get that grant. Dan, do you remember how much the grant was for? I think it was like, $7 million.
Yeah, I think so. And that was the home key one, right?
Yeah.
So his vision is to potentially have like a tiny home or a cottage at some of the parks to kind of help with affordable housing. And then part of that, the residents that would be staying in those would then become part of it. The contract would be there'd be a caretaker for the park to help maintain them.
And they would rent directly from us?
I believe
And-
so.
Yeah, and it would be a nonprofit type of thing. There would be, an application, a vetting process to get the right person in. But they would be living there either with themselves or with a family, and then taking care of the park. And that's my update.
Thank you, Nisha. Anybody have any questions? Okay, good. Very good reports. Reports from commissioners. Does anyone have anything to report on? Rich?
Go ahead, Diane.
Oh, I just wanted to reiterate again that I went to the environmental committee meeting, excuse me. And that in the follow-up, I got some information from Laura about a couple of different types of trees. And so I'm excited to sort of explore that and work with the environmental committee to find the best plants, trees, and where to put them. And she also pointed me to a website that I can go to learn more about the trees that would grow well in the area. And that's my report.
Thank you, Diane. What about you, Rich?
Nothing. Nope, I'm good.
Okay.
I'll get a hold of Franco, or Franco get a hold of me, and we'll work something out. I don't think there's any hurry, but we'll get to it.
Okay. Franco, do you have anything?
Nothing to report.
Okay. I'm only gonna say that I spoke with Leslie Milton Ririg this afternoon and asking about the JPA. And she was supposed to have some information today about the progress as far as the RFPs that were talked about at the last meeting that we attended, which would be me and Diane, which was good news because I almost gave up on that whole thing when we had really zero representation from our city. I was disappointed about that. But anyway, that's my report, and I hope everybody stays well, stays safe, and good luck in the next few months. I'll be meeting again on November 16th, 2020, 5:30. Thank you all.
Bobby, real quick, something I forgot, and I just wanted to let the commission know too from my report. I am working with the school district to provide distance learning support for all the kids that are on the McKinney-Vento list. For those of you that don't know, that is the list of all the families of kids that are actually homeless within the city of Seaside. While there is over 1,000 kids in Seaside on that list, we can't help everybody, but so we will be opening up the Soper Community Center during the day, starting on the 31st, for 20 kids that will be assigned by the school district to have a place where they can come and do distance learning in a safe environment. And then we will have staff also provide some rec programs in the afternoons when the school day is over. But there are 4 other organizations within the city that are also supporting MPUSD in this venture. So we wanted to make sure that we could do what we could to support these kids in need.
So
Okay,
what's the name
that-
of the committee that you're talking about? What did you
It's
call
not
it? McKinney something?
McKinney-Vento, it's a list that has all of the kids that are homeless in MPUSD.
Oh,
So in each city. So between Marina, Seaside, Delray Oaks, and Monterey. And Seaside and Marina have a large population.
Thank you, Dan. That's really awesome that you and Donnie and, well, the school district and everybody reaching out to those kids in need. Okay, well, this meeting is now adjourned. Everybody be well.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
bye, Terry.
Bye. Have a nice
Thank you,
evening.
everyone.